Hey guys, so finally we got the data download for the new Hit and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. So this time it's only 2 new characters, so it might be a little bit shorter than my usual breakdown videos are, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and just hop in right away. We're going to do Goku first because I'm actually more excited for Hit. I just like Hit as a character. Honestly, he's my favorite character in Super, and this fight between Goku and Hit was my favorite fight in all of Super, so very excited for this. So, Goku is a transforming unit starting out in blue and then transforming into Kaioken, so let's just see his stats. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not really feasible. It's not really possible to see like his soul boosted stats fully in 5 stars just because of the way DBZ space works, but that's okay. Very high strike, 125,000. Well, it's not very high, but it's respectable for a transforming unit. Let's just remember that. So these are pretty good stats. Obviously a melee type. So his main ability is, I added the Kaioken on top, transform into Super Saiyan God SS Kaioken. Transformation lasts for 30 timer counts, so it's pretty short, but honestly, I think Trunks' is pretty comparable to that. Trunks is like 40. Let's just see if we can pull him up real fast. I think Trunks' is 40. Yeah, 40. So it's not that much different. But I think you will end up seeing, at the point where it's 30, I think you will end up seeing this expire a few times. So cancels own attribute downgrade, that's pretty good. And 10 timer counts will elapse, so pretty standard. Unique ability is Saiyan's specialty. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, plus 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, so it's a little bit low, but it's better than nothing. -5 to own strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts, that's really good for sidestepping and like charge stepping. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts, that's also really good. Because like I said, cheaper, like this whole thing is meant for you to do like charge stepping and sidestepping. Reduce costs on your cards, and then also increasing your own draw speed is pretty... They work really well together, those two in combination with each other. Next we have, let's see if you can keep up with my speed. Plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts for every time own attack is evaded with a vanishing step. Plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts when this character evades enemy attacks with vanishing step. So, kind of similar to the... It was like the blue Gogeta mechanic where he like gets key back, but instead of this guy getting key back, he gets more damage. Pretty good. I like that. It's both ways, not just when he gets his attacks vanish, but when he also vanishes the enemy's attacks. Special is the Super Kamehameha, deals major impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 20% to strike damage received for 15 timer counts, so pretty good. Major, I expect this to go up to massive when he transforms, we'll see. And then his green card is restores own ki by 30. And then plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. This is pretty good, but it is not nearly as good as the existing blue Goku, just because it does not heal. But that would be absurd if this guy had that card. So his Z ability, okay, cool, God Ki. Yeah, I was expecting him to be God Ki. I was expecting him to be God Ki, and then also possibly Universe or God of Destruction Champa Saga, but we'll see. So it starts with Strike, and then we buff Saiyan. But it's only Strike, but that's still good. Saiyans needed more strike buffs because right now they're just littered with blasts. Like both the GT, Vegeta, and Goku buff blast attack, and then you have like the purple Vegeta and the red Super Saiyan Goku, the original cards, who both buff blast. I think maybe the Goku buff strike. I can't remember. So yeah, this is a pretty good Z ability. I like that. Buffs God Ki, and it gives God Ki more options, which is really what they needed. So let's see what he. Oh, actually, first let's just. I have Super Vegeta pulled up here, just so we can use him as a comparison in his stats. So he has 128,000 strike attack. This guy has 125,000 before transforming, and then after transforming, I assume he gets up to somewhere like 150 plus. But that's pretty good. So we'll see his main ability is draw a special arts card next, gain attribute upgrade, minus 50% of enemy sustained damage cut effects for 20 timer counts. That's good. I like that. And then restores open vanishing range by 100. That's cool. So this is very similar to the existing blue Goku's main ability. The only thing that's different is that this guy doesn't draw a ultimate skill, he draws a special arts card. But I think it sort of functions the same way, because I would assume this is now massive damage. Yeah, massive impact damage. So it's kind of the same. The only difference is that this guy does not have a 20 key cost attack, while the other one does because it's an ultimate skill. But this guy does get the 50% to enemy sustained damage cut, so that's pretty effective against someone like Full Power Frieza, who's running amok in PvP right now, so that's pretty good. Unique ability is Sealed Power. The following effects occur until transformation ends. Plus 25% to strike damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. that's good to note that, because obviously units like Super Vegito and the new Piccolo, the new Legends Road Piccolo that just came out, cannot cancel that with their main abilities. So until transformation ends, that's pretty good. So just flat out gets 25% strike attack, and then reduces damage received by 20%. So just that's just baseline. Kind of reminds me of Ribrianne a little bit. Plus 30% to own key recovery. So that's just literally none of these can be canceled while he's transformed. So that's very good. So next we have Let's End This. Draw a special move arts card next when transformation has 20 timer counts remaining. So I guess when he transforms, after 10 counts, he just instantly draws a special move arts card, which is pretty good. Also enhances the next special move arts card used until transformation ends. Oh, so he draws it and then he enhances it. Okay. So plus 30% to special move damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Minus 20% to own special move arts cost. Okay, well that kind of... Okay, so basically, literally this is then, if you use this in conjunction with this, this is going to be pretty much the exact same thing as the existing Blue Goku's main ability, but it's just only going to cost 30 instead of 20. So, pretty good. The following effect occurs when transformation ends, plus 15 to own strike and blast arts cost for 20 timer. Okay, that's bad. So, I guess if you have this, if you don't finish the fight before this guy goes out of his transformation, he's gonna get 20 seconds where he basically can't do anything, so that's not good. Super Kamehameha is a special, so this is before using your special arts. Deals massive impact damage, like I thought, massive. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 20% strike damage received, same thing. So after using the special arts, which is the green card, deals massive impact damage, plus 20% to special move damage inflicted for 5 timer counts upon activation. So upon activation is good because it'll actually affect the damage that this does itself. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 20% strike damage received, which is never counts as hit. Destroys all enemy cards on hit. That's pretty good. I like that. It's like Beerus' ultimate almost. So his green card is times 10. Restores own key by 40. Okay. The following effects occur until transformation ends. Plus 20% to strike damage inflicted. Activates once it cannot be cancelled. Plus 30% strike damage inflicted. Activates once it cannot be cancelled. Special move arts card changes it to next level strike, which is what we saw from here down. So even if you end up using this once and you use it again, you'll restore 40 key again, because that doesn't say once only. So not bad. I definitely think using this, like having this guy with like Whis on your team could be pretty cool, because you basically guarantee that this will activate at any point because you're holding 2 green cards. So overall, I think this guy looks pretty good. Gonna have to definitely test him out in a battle to see how good he actually ends up being, but I like him. Definitely giving God Key more options to use. The team needed more options, I think, because they like barely had a usable team. So now let's take a look at hit. So he has a lot of strike attack, 134,000 strike attack. And just for comparison's sake, obviously Super Vegeta gets like a billion buffs, but just keep that in mind. 775,000 HP or power level. What is it, 1.26? Super Vegeta has more. Yeah, I think his defense is like, the other stats are better. He has 116 blast. Yeah. So basically just like an insane amount of strike attack. And there's still like, he is, yeah, so God of Destruction Shop with Saga is pretty much his only tag, and then Universe 6. So his main ability is My Time Skip is Unbeatable. Draw the ultimate arts card, Time Skip Molotov next. Restores own key by 30. I like that. And then cancels enemy buff effects. Wow. Cancels enemy buff effects? That's not the Vegito effect, is it? Yeah, so this is cancels enemy attribute upgrades, but this one is cancels enemy buff effects. So I'm not really sure what the difference is. Maybe it's... Does buff effects like encompass more things? I'm not really sure what the difference is between that and the Vegito one, but this sounds like it's almost as good, if not better, than that one. I would have to test them out before to completely understand what that is, but. Drawing an ultimate skill and then also restoring key is really good in conjunction with each other, because you could have 0 key, use this, and then be able to use your ultimate skill immediately, which is really good. So his first unique is I Continue to Advance. The following effects occur according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle start. 10 counts elapsed, 25% to damage inflicted, and -5 to own strike arts cost. Cannot be cancelled. Okay. Oh, these look how many these all cannot be cancelled. So. This guy. Because he's yellow too. Okay. Yeah, 25% to damage inflicted and -5 to own strike arts cost. After just 10 counts, basically instantly. Then 15 counts elapsed, 25% damage inflicted, and -5 to own blast arts cost. This stacks, by the way. So 25%, 25%, After 20 counts, he gets 30% strike damage, and then increase arch card draw speed by 1 level. And then, and then 30 counts is plus 60% ultimate damage inflicted. So after 30 counts of being on the battlefield, he'll have plus 50% of damage inflicted, general damage, minus 5 to both strike and blast arts costs, plus 30% to strike damage inflicted, and then plus 60% to ultimate damage inflicted, and they can all those can't be cancelled. Plus he has a draw speed increased by 1 level. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is pretty good. The Living Legend of Universe 6, plus 30% to own critical rate, and plus 20% to critical damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Wait. Literally every sentence cannot be cancelled. Nullifies enemies' restore health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks. So basically, Metal Rildo's. This is Metal Rildo's ability. The following effects occur per element yellow, element blue, or element green battle member other than this character. So basically everything except for red and purple. Okay. 10% damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and then 10% to critical damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. So he'll get, I guess, 20% damage inflicted and 20% critical damage inflicted if you have, if your other two members are one of these colors. So pretty good. The combination of critical hit rate and then critical damage, like together in the same ability, is basically Blue Bardock's ability. So he'll be getting 30% critical rate and then 40% to crit damage. That's pretty good. I think Bardock has like 70. But that's basically his whole usage. That Bardock is to give this buff to his other teammates. But Hit just has it in his kit. It's actually really, really dumb. Okay, his special is Assassin Strike. Deals major impact damage. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. Plus 5 to strike and blast arts cost. Interesting. I like that. It's a little bit different. And it makes him have some utility instead of just being a glass cannon. So that's pretty good. His extra is, this is a special move, the green card, is Time Skip. Counter will activate upon enemies tap attack, tackle, tap shot, strike cards, so basically almost everything. While in fighting pose, plus 30% to own critical rate. That's, what? Plus 30% on critical for 15 timer counts when countered successfully. Reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 1. Okay, Hit. Alright, what is this? What is this green card? This alone would have been good enough. Because like I said, so he basically, I don't know if this works additively, so I don't know if this 30% just gets added to this 30% for a 60% crit. I don't think it works like that, but that's going to be a lot of damage. And I assume this stacks. It says for when countered successfully. So I assume if you get multiple of these green cards off, then you're going to be able to stack this. I mean, given it only has 15 timer count duration, but this can get out of hand, because if you have this guy constantly critting with 40% critical damage with all of his buffs, like, he's going to one-shot people. This is pretty insane. And then his ultimate special is the Time Skip / Molotov. Deals massive impact damage, which is good. Gain attribute upgrade, minus 100% of enemy sustained damage cut effects for 5 timer counts. So switch in full power Frieza, it doesn't matter, he's going to get hit for like 1 billion damage. Heals 2 strikes, which is good. So he buffs yellow. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting to be a mono team buffer and like focus on mono teams, because mono teams have not seen a lot of love recently. So yeah, that got this, and then wow, that's a huge buff. 33% to strike and strike attack and defense for both element blue and yellow. Because the thing with mono yellow is that blue is the off color, because red is good against yellow. So if you have a whole team full of yellows, you put one blue on there, and they serve as like your counter to red units. I mean, that's pretty nuts. And then something else to note is that red is easily the worst color in the game right now. The only like top tier units that have red are pretty much the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and the free Vegito, right? There's not really any other red units that I ever see. Yeah, that's it. I mean, maybe Zamasu once in a while. Maybe this Vegeta, maybe Metal Cooler, but not really. It's only 2. I mean, this guy you see quite a lot, but that's why you bring, that's why you bring, I don't know, this Gogeta with you, or maybe even the Legends Limited Super Saiyan Goku to deal with them on this team. I really like this team. I'm really happy that they're starting to give more support to mono teams, because I used to use mono teams a lot. I use mono yellow, I use mono purple, I use mono red with green off color back in the day when Bardock first came out. So I think this hit is probably going to run amok for a while. The only issue I have with Hit is his defense. He's not really too defensive, but I think if you play him correctly and you play him, you know, at least not like a maniac, then you can avoid getting destroyed. Honestly, what could get on this guy's case is another hit. So we might see like a bunch of mirrors with this guy in the future. Just, you know, whoever lands the first combo is going to end up winning. Next, there's a new equipment. I assume this is the PvP reward for the upcoming season because there's no like how to get or whatever. So this is another Android equipment. Great. We definitely did not need another Android equipment. There's already so many of those. So yeah, base strike defense, special move damage, and blast attack. Pretty good. It's a good equipment, but I mean, we just didn't need another Android equipment. Would have liked another God Key equipment because right now we have this one, which by the way is not fun to farm, and then we also have, where's the other one? It's like a Whis one. It was given a few seasons ago as a reward. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. This Whis one. So I think these are the two only like designated God Key equipments right now in the entire game. So I really would have liked another one, but it's okay. And just another thing to talk about with this hit is that I'm not sure how many equipments this guy will actually be able to use because he's basically only yellow because there's no equipment specifically for, you know, God of Destruction, Champa Saga, or Universe 6. There might be some for just melee type, and there obviously is going to be some for just yellow, but that's probably his weakest attribute, is that he won't be able to use that many good equipments. So just keep your eye on that. And then just to look at the banners real fast, this is the Legends Rising banner. They do give the 999 Z power for a limited time. Just to go through here, so these are the only two new units, so they have 1%, and then there's going to be 5% remaining. So just scroll down and see what else is featured. Kaba, see all the Universe 6 people, and then we have this blue Goku coming back, which is pretty good, and then everything else. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the remaining 1% is then split among, distributed evenly amongst all the other Sparkings. And you know what we have coming back is Beerus. You know what I don't have? Beerus. So that would be pretty cool if I pulled Beerus. Yeah, then we have this Trunks. He's pretty good too, but I mean I don't have Beerus, so. And then lastly we have this Legends Regeneration banner. Just looking at the units, it's pretty good, but I assume most people to have this guy just because I assume most people summon on the anniversary banners. Super Boo is pretty good, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get him. Slug is good, but another unit where I wouldn't go out of my way to get him. Cell is the biggest win off this banner. The biggest you beat the banner sort of unit on here. And if you don't have Cell, then maybe you want to consider doing the guaranteed sparking multi on here, maybe 1 or 2. But I would definitely at least recommend doing the dailies if you're going to do nothing else, just because all these units are good. Like there's not a bad unit on here. Let's just take a look. So we have, yeah, so those 4. Then we have, you know, these 3. They're a little less good, but they do have really good Z abilities for regen. So you know, all these units are not bad. Then we also have this guy, who I don't have either, which I would love to pull. We do have this Slug as well, and then Evil Boo. Evil Boo is very good. Slug is a little less good, but he's still very good for an extreme. Tien is good. I mean, I would really want this guy just because I don't have him, but I don't think he's exceptional yet. But he will be good in the future, I think. So that's pretty much it. In terms of if I recommend summoning, I probably would say no. Just because, you know... Well, I guess you could summon, because this guy can pretty much be used on any team as long as you have the yellow units that you can make a team out of, because he doesn't really require a specific tag. Just use, you know, yellow or blue. So yeah, you could actually... Anyone could pretty much actually use this hit and make a decent team. But this guy, I would say if you don't have the other Super Saiyan Blue units, I would say maybe, you know, think about it. Because, again, like I was mentioning earlier, let's just take a look at the God Key tag real fast. God Key, here we go. So there aren't that many God Key units like I was saying earlier. So, I mean, this guy's on the banner, so that's good. But besides that, like if you don't have Blue Vegeta and like one of these two, I would say maybe, you know, consider skipping. Just because it would be hard to make a team, you know, you have to replace one of these guys with maybe, I don't know, like a Saiyan buffer on your bench. You could do it, I guess. At the end of the day, it all comes down to judgment, and if you really like these units or not. But I would say there's definitely better banners that would be coming up in the future. I mean, step ups are probably the best banners for your crystals in this game. But again, it's a judgment call. It depends on your box. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go in probably for 1 video, maybe 2 videos, depending on how good I do in the first video. So we'll see. But that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys did enjoy. I do definitely think Hit is better than Goku is. But the thing is with Goku is he has a lot more utility than Hit does. Hit just has a lot of damage. And when I say a lot of damage, like this guy's gonna be like, this guy reminds me of Metal Rildo, but like on like juice. Goku's good though, don't get misconstrued. This Goku is very, very good. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the summon video.